In this video, I'm going to show you some of the basics of creating a spreadsheet in Google Sheets. First of all, you need to log into your account and go to your Google Drive. Click the New button and scroll down to Sheets and across and choose Blank Sheet. And I'm going to click up here in the title bar, and the demonstration that we're going to do together is create a payroll for a fictitious business. So please title yours payroll. And just to make this easier for you to see, I'm going to change the zoom to 125. Now, across this first row right here, I'm going to click on this little blue square and drag it over to the H. And I want to merge these all into one row. To do that, go to Format, Merge Cells, Merge All. Then inside of here, I'm going to double click and write the name of my business. And I'm going to call mine Justine's Bakery. And you can call yours whatever you want. Oops, capital B. And there's some of the same functions as in Word documents, like centering. So over here is the alignment, so I can just pop that open and click the center button. Now I'm going to select row 2 and also click the little blue square and drag it over to H. And this time I will also go to Format, Merge Cells, Merge All, and double click inside of here, write out the word payroll, and center it. And then one more time, I'm going to select A through H, go to Format, Merge Cells, Merge All, and this time I will write the month and center that. Okay, I'm going to skip line number 4 and then click in cell number 5A. And I will write employee ID number. Okay, and then in 5B, I'm going to write name. In 5C, I'm going to write hourly rate. In 5D, hours worked. Five E will be gross pay. 5F will be FICA. F, capital F period, I period, C period, A period, which stands for Social Security. It's federal income tax something or another. And then G is FWT, which is federal withholding tax. And H will be net pay. All right, so I'm just going to make up a random number for my first employee. And my first employee is going to be Mr. Perry. So I'm going to write R. Perry. And Mr. Perry, this is going to be a money column. So I want to designate this as money. So now that I have clicked in it, I'm going to go up here to my options on the top, and I'm going to click this $sign, and it will format anything written in that column as currency. So I'll click it. And then I'm going to grab this little square in the corner and drag it down. So it's taking that formatting and it's applying it to everything in the column down to number 14, which is where I stopped. So now let's say that Mr. Perry gets paid $15 an hour. So 15. Now when I click into this row over here, this should put a $sign in front of it and a decimal point with 2 zeros. So let's see if that works. Yes, very good. So it automatically formatted that. Let's see, how many hours did Mr. Perry work this month? Let's say he worked 25 hours. Now, if I want to find out his gross pay, I need to multiply how many hours he worked, which is 25, by how much money he makes. So we're going to do something called a formula so that we don't have to get out a calculator and figure that out on our own. We can have the computer do it for us. So with this selected, under gross pay, I'm going to go here to more and choose this, which is the functions symbol. It's kind of a funny sideways looking E. And when I click that, I get some choices here. And the one that I'm going to choose is sum. So what that does is it puts a formula in here for me. Now I have to plug in the values. So what I want to do is have C6, so I'll write that, capital C6, and I want to multiply that with D6. So the multiply sign is the asterisk. So what you need to do is hold down Shift and then push number 8 on the keyboard and you will get the asterisk symbol. So you can see over here now this has these little yellow dashed lines around it. And I will now put in capital D and 6. Now when I hit enter, it should automatically multiply $15 by 25. So enter, and that turns out to be $375. So the Social Security tax that is taken out of your paycheck by the federal government is 7.65%. So let's make a formula for that. So again, I'm going to choose the function symbol and sum, and it will put the beginning part of the formula in there, and now I can write the columns that I want to be multiplied. So I'm going to take my gross pay, which is column E. Again, we're still on row 6, so I'll put in E6 and I will multiply that. So hold down Shift and hit the asterisk key, which is above the 8. And it's 7.65%, so I'll simply put in 7.65, and the percent sign, if you hold down Shift and hit the 5, you get the percent. Now, when I hit enter, it should do the math for me. So 7.65% of $375 is $28.69. Now, the federal withholding tax is 20%. So I need to find out what is 20% of my gross pay. So again, with this column selected, I will click the function symbol and choose sum. I will choose E6, so capital E6, and multiply, which is the asterisk symbol. And this time I'll put in 20 and percent, which is above the 5, and hit enter. So $75. Now what I want to do is figure out how much net pay am I going to bring home after all of my taxes are withheld from my check. So I will go up to my function, choose sum, and this time I'm going to take my gross pay, which is E6. I'm going to subtract, which is up on the top row next to the number keys, next to 0. And I'll subtract F6, so capital F6, and I will also subtract G6, so capital G6, and when I hit enter, that is how much money I get to take home, or actually I should say Mr. Perry gets to take home. Now what I would like for you to do is put at least 4 people in here. So let's see, my next ID number is going to be 925, and this is going to be Mr. Casera. And Mr. Casera is going to make $16.25 an hour. Now, because this has been formatted, I should get the $sign put on that automatically. Yes, good, that worked. Now, Mr. Casera, let's see, he worked only 20 hours. So his gross pay, I could rewrite the formula in there, but there's a much easier way to do it in a spreadsheet. I can copy the formula from the column above it. So I'll click in this one, and I will grab this little down or this little square on the side, and I have to do 4 people, so I'm going to drag it down 4 rows. And that just copied the formula. So I can do the same thing for the FICA. So pull that formula down. So let's see, 7.65% of $325 is $24.86. I can find out what the federal withholding tax is, $65, and I can drag down the net pay, which is $235.14. Okay, make sure you fill in 2 more on here. You don't have to use the same people or the same numbers that I did. You can make up different numbers. Just remember that minimum wage in California is $10.50, so it shouldn't be anything less than $10.50. And when you're finished with this, make sure you attach it to the assignment in Google Docs and then turn it in. That's it for this video.